Hello again. Dr. Bill Crawford here. I'm a psychologist and author, speaker, host of 2 PBS specials. Here today to talk to you about a subject I think we all grapple with from time to time, and that's the subject of stress. Very popular, have you noticed? I mean, you can't walk down the grocery aisle or any aisle at a bookstore without seeing books and magazines all about stress. And yet, even though there's all this information out there, people are more stressed than ever. And I think that's because they're not really getting the kind of information they need to be effective in this area. Therefore, unlike most people who talk about stress, I come at the subject from a very different perspective. In fact, I believe that stress isn't really the problem. I see it as a big part of the solution. I know that's weird, so let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. There's actually a quote I love that speaks to this perspective. It says, "Stress is a signal something needs to change. Suffering is when we don't make the change." I really like that because I think it speaks to the difference between stress as a valuable signal and what happens when we ignore that signal. Matter of fact, it's like the dashboard of our car. You know, we've got some signals, some gauges on our dashboard that are very valuable. We've got a gauge that lets us know how fast we're going in case we need to slow down. We've got a signal that lets us know when we're low on fuel in case we need to fill up. We've got a gauge that lets us know if we're overheating in case we need to cool down. And these aren't the problem. These are valuable signals that let us know something needs to change. Something needs our attention. I think we can begin to see stress in that same way if we see stress for what it really is, because we've been given some bad information there too. We've been told that stress is what something or someone does to us. Traffic stresses us out, work stresses us out, difficult people stress us out. And the good news is that's not true. Because if that were true, we would have to go change all the traffic and all the difficult people out there in order to change how we feel. What stress really is actually just a series of chemical changes in our body. These chemicals, for the most part, are adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol. Don't really need to know their names other than that's what stress is, a series of chemical changes in our body. And when we can start seeing this chemical change as a valuable signal, start noticing when we're getting stressed, noticing when we're getting anxious, noticing when we're getting frustrated, and know that that's just a chemical change in our body, we can do something about it. Now, the way that I teach people how to become more influential in their lives is also very unique. I show people how to access their best, their clarity, their confidence, their creativity, their compassion by accessing a specific part of the brain. And I show them how to avoid stress and frustration and anxiety and depression by avoiding a specific part of the brain. If you're interested in learning more about this, you can go to my website, billcphd.com or billcrawfordphd.com. And you can read all about it. Matter of fact, on the first page, if you want to put your name and email address, I will send you 4 free videos that explain this entire concept. In the meantime, however, what I'm encouraging you to do is to begin to see stress not as the problem, but a valuable signal, a little light on your dashboard that when it goes off, you recognize something needs to change. I hope this has been helpful to you. I try to keep these segments short. I know we're all busy. So here is to you bringing more clarity, confidence, and creativity to your life, and I will see you in the next segment.